Welcome to the Tongue of the Trees recipe hub. This is eucalyptus and this is the adult's recipe for blocked up nose. Fantastic recipe, but very strong, too strong for the children. You'll find the same recipe listed look further along the listing and you'll find one for kids who are 6 to 10, kids who are 5 and under, so that we've got the dilution right for you to keep it nice and safe. Very, very simple recipe. Actually, it's one adapted from a recipe that Mum used to sell on the apothecary for years and years. And it was a sinus treatment. And she used to sell it for people who had got sinusitis. The word wasn't going to come to me till the last minute then. Where there was an underlying infection and it never really went away. So you can use this oil for this, but also the oils in it are tremendous for if you've got a cold. So any kind of congestion. I think it's worth commenting that sometimes if you've got a really bad headache, perhaps I'll try and remember to put this into the headache preparations. The headache can come from sinus congestion, and you might have had the sinus congestion for such a long time that you don't even realise that it is the sinuses that are causing it. If you don't know, the sinuses, every nerve in the body goes through the spinal cord except for the olfactory nerves, which go through the sinuses, and the sinuses are empty channels within the skull. So most people recognise that they are here, but actually they're also here and across the top of the head as well. So what I would recommend to you is just have a feel on the top of your head. How tender is it? If you've got spots where you think, ow, 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 there's one, always one. That's your acupressure point that's causing you the problems. So we're going to make a cream to put across here and here, but I would really recommend rubbing it in up here where the tension is. It does go through your hair. It might make it feel a bit greasy, but the release is worth it, isn't it? And if you are stuck at home and feeling like crap, then who cares? Who sees you anyway? So, it's very simple blend. Lemon, myrrh, tea tree, eucalyptus. So the reason that we've done the different dilutions on this particular one and not on other blends through the series is that eucalyptus is a very strong oil because of a constituent 1,8 cineol. 1,8 cineol is a complete wonder, really. It's so good for as like an antimicrobial, antibiotic. So it's perfect for what we need. This is what's going to go to war with your body, increase your immunity, encourage your macrophages, the beautiful warrior white blood cells, to surround the pathogen and overcome it. It's very, very strong. To do that, the immune system needs to draw resources from other parts of the body. So it closes down. For example, your skin no longer gets nourished. So that's why you start looking a little bit poorly when you've got an infection, because your body is trying to force up the temperature and burn off the pathogen. And so you also feel very tired because your body wants to use all the resources for what it needs to. Hence why you shouldn't be at work. Thank you. My husband's bosses put them on a attendance bonus, and it gripes the hell out of me, people going to work when they should be at home resting and giving it to everybody else. But the 1,8 ciniols, what does all that magic for you? But it will take resources from everything else, and so that means it slows respiration. We don't want to do that in little ones. We don't want a vicious attack on the rest of the body, just gentle. But for us, we're gonna go to work soon. So all I do is put it into an aqueous cream. No carriers. If you want to use a bit of tamanu, that will increase the antiviral nature of the oils, but these are powerhouses anyway, they don't need extra help. So we're going 1 tablespoon of aqueous cream. We're going to use 3 drops of lemon. My kids laugh at me when I'm doing Who Wants... Did you play? Give us a clue. This is a telly. This is a film. I always go, this is 2 words. And they're like, what? I was trying to do 3 then. I was like, what's 3 look like, Mum? 3 drops of lemon, 2 drops of myrrh, 2 drops of myrrh, 2 drops of tea tree as well, 4 drops of eucalyptus. You see what I have to deal with me. So 3 drops of lemon, 2 drops of myrrh, 2 drops of tea tree, 4 drops of eucalyptus. Let's have a look at the spiritual and emotional medicine. Well, lemon makes you feel a bit more content, brings about contentment. Myrrh is transcendence, to lift above what's going on in your physical body, and hopefully you'll be able to think, well, actually, why did I catch this? Why didn't other people catch it? I caught this. Why? Rise above it. But also rise above your boss, saying, when you come back to work, please. Tea tree gives you insights into that. And eucalyptus says, be true to yourself. Don't listen to everybody else. Stay home and get better. I'm going to do a Facebook Live about a fantastic book called The Untethered Mind by a man called, I should have checked, but I think it's Michael Singer. Can't recommend this book enough to you. Go and find The Untethered Mind. And he talks about finding yourself. Who am I? And he does this fantastic thing where he says, right, who are you? He says it to a girl called Sonia Singer. Who are you? And she says, well, Sonia Singer. And you went, well, no, that's a string of letters, isn't it? Who are you? You weren't born with the name Sonia Singer. Somebody gave you that name. Who are you? She says, well, I'm wife to Michael and mum to Kathy and George. And he's like, you weren't always wife to Michael and mum to Kathy and George. Who are you? And she says, well, I'm a champion hockey player. And he went, well, you weren't always a champion hockey player. Who are you? And I won't spoil it because you should read the book. But it drills down into this, really, it's a Buddhist teaching of who am I? And it's finding that soul inside of you and being able to disconnect from the thoughts and the emotions that are going on and just observing what's going on. Observing the thoughts, not listening to the thoughts, not engaging in the thoughts, not doing what the thoughts are telling you. Observing the thoughts. Observing the emotions, not getting involved in the emotions, not getting dictated to by the emotions. Observing the emotions. Once you can get to that authentic space, then you found who am I. And this book tells you how to do that. And actually, once you start thinking it through, it's very easy. Getting to this idea of who am I is really important. And it's part of healing every aspect of your psyche, but particularly physical body. And eucalyptus helps us to get to that authentic space. I mean, we always kind of think of eucalyptus as a decongestant, don't we, in the Western world? But remember, it's fundamental to the indigenous medicine of Australasia. There's an awful lot more going on than it unblocks your nose. Authenticity. So I would recommend, it's because it's in an aqueous lotion, it will blend in, take a few seconds stirring, but it will go straight through. So let it absorb here and here. Now, if you were to do a facial massage, should have bought a slide really, never mind. If you were to do a facial massage, you work in little circles down, right along the, ooh, ow. And then you shouldn't take, if you do massage, shouldn't ever leave a moment where there's no hands on. So you move to the middle, back, and then we keep on doing that, back to the middle. Notice that here will be where you feel the most sensitive. Get to, work down until we get to here. The eyebrows and under the eyebrows, particularly Very strong acupressure points along here. Work them, work them, work them. And if you find a spot that is particularly painful, it's counterintuitive, you don't leave it alone, you just leave the pressure on. Leave it until it releases and then move on. Don't overstimulate. 2 minutes tops. There, all under. And we're going under here, down, working until we get under here. These are your big, powerful friends. Now, if you can do it, hook them like that. That's pretty. And work under like that. That's so releasing. Yeah. As I said, top of the head. Those Indian head massage ladies will tell you all about the tension that stays in the sinuses at the top of the head. Use a spider. Don't scrub. Just moving. And this is great anyway, even if you haven't got sinus problems, because the looser that your scalp is, that tension really comes in your scalp. So loosen off the tension. I'm glad I spent ages putting volume in my hair. Then back of the head, back of the skull, underneath the skull, just where it meets the neck, get underneath the skull and put your pressure on there and look. Oh, that hurts. Those are your acupressure points, right? Now, if you are treating somebody with sinus, actually, the best treatment for somebody with sinus is a back massage, weirdly, because all of the acupressure points to the sinuses come from the trapezius. That's that kind of V shape at the top, which is your shoulder blades. So we work down the shoulder mantle, right the way down. So work your oils into there too. Yeah, really work it in. Ooh, massage is the first thing I'm going to get when we get out of lockdown. Forget parties, massage. So, just sit here complaining now. When you find the point, leave the pressure on. Gentle, 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 gentle. Be aware that these are trigger points. When you find these places with great big amounts of tension, what they do is they refer pain to other parts. So what you're getting in this tension here is referred pain to here. So remember, we're working across here, under here, up here, under the underneath the skull, and right across the shoulder mantle. You know, getting real. You commit to a life with somebody, tell them they have to massage, whether they like it or not. So if you're going to do the shoulder mantle, incidentally, you might find that your Aqueous cream isn't the greatest. Just change that to a carrier. So a tablespoon of olive or tamanu is great. Jojoba's great. Just because you get that extra slip in your hands to really get in. Get down. Get it in. Use your thumb. Use your knuckle. Yeah. When you're massaging, be careful that you don't put too much pressure on the hands. I don't suggest for a second you use a pair of scissors. But this is a good illustration. You can buy, if you go to like sports shops, you can buy things called nubbles, which have got rounded ends, and they help you just to get in there and save your hands. So if you've got some spots that just keep coming back, get a nubble. So repeating one more time. Tablespoon of carrier. In this recipe it's Aqueous cream, but if you want to use any carrier oil, fine. 3 drops of lemon, 2 drops of myrrh, 2 drops of tea tree, 4 drops of eucalyptus. The lemon is a tremendous antiseptic anyway. It's something about the connection as well in your head with the lemony smell and the eucalyptusy smell that you think, oh, I'm going to get better, isn't there? Myrrh is a tremendous decongestant. It really breaks things down. So this would be one of the reasons why we would not recommend using this one in pregnancy. If you want to use it in pregnancy, after 16 weeks, take the myrrh out. Just don't make it with myrrh. the other thing is that one of the reasons why I say use this with care on children is because the myrrh works so fast that you can feel it going drip, 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 drip into your throat, and it's foul. So just be aware that then what we've got is if you're not careful, we're breaking up the snot and the catarrh, and it's all melting away, but then we're getting a because it's going down our throat. So just go very small on the myrrh, perhaps only do 1 drop to begin with, and then add a bit more if you think, oh, it's not quite melting as fast as I would. And of course, tea tree, antiviral, antifungal, antimicrobial, antibacterial, anti-everything. What a godsend it is, literally, in the true sense of the word. So yeah, safety, not suitable for use in the first 16 weeks of pregnancy. With the myrrh, not suitable for use really 37 weeks. I know people say don't use myrrh in pregnancy. I've always been perfectly happy to use it. So not in the first 37 weeks. If you are between 16 and 37 weeks, please take out the myrrh. So there we go. How many times should we use it? I think this is what I've described to you as a full treatment, isn't it? Yeah. So you would be taking about 20 minutes doing that. Then after that, just a fingerful over there. Just keep putting the oils on. You don't need to do all the massaging. But if you're sitting there watching the telly and you feel, oh, it helps, I think it helps to just do that. So there you go. Use it every time you think of until it's gone. Happy snot-free days.